Guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing very well. First of all, thank you very much for almost 330 subscribers on the channel. I really do much appreciate it. It is been awesome, really. The growth has been tremendous, so thank you all once again for that. Now, just a quick little note about this video. I did actually mention in my last video that I'm not going to be doing a Brave Battle video up until I can get up to 7th seat. However, some things have changed. Number one, I do not feel like doing that anymore because Brave Battles suck. And number two, I will explain everything in depth so that you guys know exactly what you're getting yourself into, and pretty much just remember that from 7th seat all the way up to head captain, the game does not change at all when it comes to Brave Battles. Brave Battle is a very, very simple system, and I will go through everything right now. So, if you guys do enjoy this video, please remember to hit the sub button. It much helps me out. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into this. So first of all, I'm going to be doing what I do every single video. I'm going to be doing my free spins. I don't think I'm going to get anything as per usual. This is not good for me at all, but let's see. Yeah, once again, nothing. It is no surprise whatsoever that I got nothing out of that. Oh, this is actually kind of because this is convenient since Renji is one of the better Brave Battle characters, but we'll get into that. Yeah, so I actually did spin on this banner. I did try to pull, but unfortunately I only got Senjumaru, which is fine, I guess, but I really wanted Ichigo. Asken is a Brave Battle character, which I, once again, don't really like Brave Battles anymore. And then there's a whole section here for Brave Battle characters, but these guys are so outdated, it's not even funny. But yeah. So, what is Brave Battles? Well, Brave Battles is a system, or game mode rather, that you do unlock once you unlock guilds as well, I'm pretty sure. Or it's at the end of your first chapter. You unlock it pretty early on. Okay, so Brave Battles is essentially your own team that you put together versus another player's team. And this goes up in various leagues. So you start at 10th seed, then if you're on promotion zone, this red zone here, you will go up to 9th seed, and so on and so forth. So it is a weekly thing, it resets every single week. So at the end of the week, if you are in the red zone, doesn't matter which seat you're on, you will get promoted to the next league. So just keep that in mind. Now, rewards for this, let's get over that real quick, because honestly, this is worth it up until it's not anymore, and I will explain to you guys what I mean by that. So if you do get into certain rankings in the Brave Battles, you will get rewards per week. Now this does seem pretty nice, you know, getting up to 3rd seed is not really a problem if you have the proper characters. However, getting to the top 10 is going to cost you soul orbs, and that's where the catch comes in. Top 100 even on 3rd seed, it's going to cost you soul orbs, you know, so this does get quite expensive to manage if you want to get the rewards for it, well, the top rewards. If you're just in the promotion zone, you'll get like 1,100 medals, that type of thing, so it's not really that bad. However, let me show you guys this real quick. So you get rare medals for doing this weekly, okay? Now, these are weekly rewards, so if you rank up, then of course you'll get a lot of the rare medals. Let's go to 7th seat real quick. So for the top 107th seat, you're going to get like 600 medals, that type of thing. Okay, so if you really do want to check out exactly what you're going to get for your placements, you can then just go ahead and click at the bottom left here on your first menu when you open up the Brave Battles. It's over there. Okay, so what are these Brave Battle medals useful for? Well, it is used to exchange in the shop. Now, once again, if you are at the main menu, I'm going to go back to the main menu for this. You will have a shop icon at the bottom of your screen. If you click on that, you're going to get accessory machines, packs, blah, blah, blah. These are all cash grabs. Well, this whole game is a damn cash grab. But anyways, there's the exchange tab. Now, this is similar to where you can exchange your coins for goodies. There's coin exchange, etc., etc. It's just at the way tippy top, you will see the middle exchange. It's actually the first tab the game opens for you. Okay. Now here is where you can get some soul orbs out of your brave battles every single week. Okay, so let's say you got 600 medals for the week. Great. Now you can actually buy a 5-star character. These characters are absolutely trash. They are beyond useless characters. They are phenomenally trash. It's insane how bad these characters are. However, some of them do have a use. Like Ganju, he's a character that you can have in your team when you're doing Chronicles. Chronicles is a different system that I'll cover in a later video. But that well, speak words. It's very late at night, please excuse me. He gives you bonus Chronicle bags, which is a material that you use, or currency that you use to buy stuff. But don't worry about that right now. Ganju has his uses. Yorichi in a cat form is a good coin link. Akon is a good crystal link, you know, that type of thing. If you've been playing a while and you have an interest in Brave Battles, then you know what I mean by they are good links for coins, crystals, etc. Now there's quite a few of them that are useful for links, but that's about it. These are all just orbs, and then when you got all of the 5 stars bought and you got them all up to 6 stars, you got all the soul orbs for them, then of course you're going to be doing the 4 stars as well, because these 4 stars you cannot get in game normally. These guys you have to buy as well with the medals. Now once you actually run out of these characters to buy, there is no real incentive to play Brave Battles anymore, because the only good thing you get out of it is the medals. 20 tickets a week, summon tickets a week, is absolutely wasteless. You know, it's so bad that you can run the point event and get 20 tickets very easily in a day. I mean, that's just an extremely low number. So running Brave Battles beyond the point of these guys, these units over here, is redundant in my opinion. Now you can still get these summon tickets. You can buy soul orbs, okay, with your medals. However, remember, these only reset once a month. Okay, so yeah, you can get 125 soul orbs for what's that? That will be 4,200 medals, which is a ludicrous amount, because you're not even going to be getting that much per month if you're on lower leagues, so don't forget about that. Or you can just straight up buy a 5-star summon ticket. Now I'm going to tell you now, this thing is a duplicate magnet. I do not care what the game says about it. It has equal chance to grant you a unit and equal chance to grant you a duplicate unit. These are shams, I'm telling you now. I'm not saying don't buy them, I'm telling you to be aware that the chances of you getting a very old duplicate character is extremely high from these summon tickets over here. And then of course you have this one, but this one is a yeah, if you're gonna start grinding for medals now, you're never gonna make it. You know, it has 113 days left on it, and you need like 90,000 medals. So these are just for veterans. It's gonna get, you know, removed at some point in the future, so don't worry about that. So literally the only reason for you to do Brave Battles is, number one, if you do 2 Brave Battles every single day, it is for your dailies. It's to complete your dailies. Okay, so yeah, okay, cool. So you can do your dailies, do 2 Brave Battles. Then, if you want soul orbs, you can do Brave Battles for these characters. However, once again, after that, there's no real point to it. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. So, Brave Battles works as follows. You have your leagues, of course, that you are in. And as you can see, my team, well, I'm unranked right now. But as you can see, from here on out, let's say even 3rd seat, okay? It's just meta characters. It is the meta picks of the game, and it's understandable. So it seems... Actually, let's go to head captain. Let's see what the real meta is. Okay, so it seems that the real meta is Renji, Orihime, and Asken, which is as to no surprise to me, because Renji is an actual counter for Orihime, Orihime is probably a counter for Asken, and Asken is probably a counter for Renji. Okay, so yeah, this is the meta team, it seems. Now, this is a very pay-to-win game mode. Okay, as you can see, there's a gigantic point difference between 1st place in head captain and 2nd place in head captain. So this guy, this one right here, or this guy, these guys all spent soul orbs on Brave Battles. Okay, unless they saved up like 1,000 Brave Battle tickets. However, I've seen this guy in Head Captain League for a very long time now. This is a very pay to play system almost. Now, the reason I also say it's pay to win, well, it's because your unit strength matters tremendously in this. Okay, so of course these are just bots. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you exactly how it looks against another team, but oh, there's a top 10 characters used option now. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so there's 3 on them. Yeah, then a meta, which is to no surprise. So of course, let's use my let's use Sergeant. Okay, Sergeant is a good example. As you can see, my Sergeant is pretty spec'd. He is relatively good. He is a 3 out of 5 when it comes to his Transcendence. Yeah, Transcendence. Which is good. However, against a Sergeant that is 4 out of 5, I'm at a disadvantage. Against a Sergeant that is 5 out of 5, I'm at a gigantic disadvantage. So, which means if Sergeant is in, and I spend, for instance, 20,000 orbs on his banner to pull him, I'm gonna have a gigantic advantage over somebody that just spent 1,000 orbs on the banner. You know what I mean? So it is a massively pay to win system that goes into Brave Battles. Now, I can go on a whole rant on how the banners and stuff are being restructured in this game, which I might actually still do in this video. But it is a very pay to win system. So as you can see, my Orihime as well, she's on a 3 out of 5. I'm going to be at a massive disadvantage if I go against a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5 Orihime. And that's not just because of the fact that, you know, she's going to have bonus stats, because SP does not matter in this game mode at all. Spiritual Pressure does not count for anything. It is because she will have a 6 slot which she can then add in attack or defense. Okay. And then on my second character, on her, I only have 1 out of 5. So if I fight against another Meninas that is even 2 out of 5, the chances are she's going to beat me. However, there's some ways to counter this. Now, when you actually do the fight, I'm going to go into a fight. Okay, you cannot control anything. I'm going to just put down my controller. You cannot control anything. This is entirely automatic. You do not do anything except watch. Now, I'm going to be, you know, absolutely butchering them because my characters are extremely strong. I was in third seat for a long time, but that's the premise of it. You fight, you do not do anything, you watch, okay? And most of the time you watch as you lose your marbles, because you just get, well, out-bought, basically. That's a way to say it. But for you guys that are really interested in it, I'll go over how to identify what is a good character, and I'll also tell you guys how to set them up. Now, real quick, okay, and this is just the cold hard truth about Brave Battles. There is only a certain amount of characters that are actually good nowadays, and that started with, where is my album? Album is moved to submenu. It started with Orihime on green, because she has a skill called Persistence, okay? Now, what is Persistence? Well, I'll tell you guys exactly in a second. I can actually, is Persistence actually a sortable thing now? Because it wasn't for the longest time. Healer Dimension, let's see. Where is Persistence? Brave okay, here we go. Here's the Brave Battle stuff. Okay, so there we go, Persistence. Cool. Okay, so there's your characters that have Persistence in the game. Those 5 are your only picks. You do not have another option when it comes to PvP anymore. Well, Brave Battles rather. And the reason being, Persistence is a 10-second immunity. So, where's it? Persistence. Okay, well, it's not going to show on this one now, is it? Oh yeah, there we go. Brave Battle only Persistence. So, how it works is, you have your normal HP bar, okay, which goes from whatever amount to 0. Fair enough. When they hit quote-unquote 0, they still have 10 seconds. Was it 10 or 5? 5 seconds. My apologies. Not 10 seconds. It's 5. excuse me for that, 5 seconds of invincibility where they can still deal damage. So just think about that for a second. Let's say you have a full team of just normal characters that do not have persistence. You are fighting a full team that has persistence. It does not matter how hard you hit them, they are still going to be able to survive for at least 5 seconds. And in that 5 seconds, they will be able to kill you, and you will not get up because you do not have persistence. So this is basically the meta, okay, is persistence. Now, she also has the benefit of being ranged. I do not know if Asken is ranged. I highly doubt he is. Let's see. Oh, he is. Okay, so they added in another range unit. Well, semi-ranged, looks like ranged. But anyway, so she has the benefit of being ranged as well. So she can normal attack other characters from much further away. Now, of course, they brought in Renji to counter her, but she still, most of the time, butchers Renji because she has the range advantage initially. Now, how to identify if a character is still usable in Brave battles? Well, I'll show you guys exactly what characters you can still use, okay? Now, these characters have invincibility, and they ignore invincibility. Now, Brave battle invincibility is exactly as it sounds. For 10 seconds upon starting the match, they have complete invincibility. In other words, you can bring in a character that, let's say, stupid example, the new Ichigo, that has 8000 SP. For 10 seconds, that 8000 SP means squat, because you literally cannot even hurt them for the first 10 seconds. So you see, invincibility is a must-have. And then, of course, all of the meta characters, these 5, and then, well, these guys also still, these 2 can still work. These characters also ignore invincibility. So you are constantly playing a game of cancelling out other skills. Okay? So if, let's say for instance, let's take Ishin. Ishin has invincibility. I want to counter Ishin because he has invincibility. So then I would use somebody like Asken, because Asken also has ignore invincibility. He is a Soul Reaper killer as well, so he hard counters Ishin. For the longest time, Ishin didn't have a counter, so this is pretty much its counter, and this guy is absolutely busted because he has everything. So this is an example of a broken character. So he has boost for his team for PvP, which is nuts. He then has Poison Plus, which is a new thing, the plus status effects. He's also ranged, okay? So he has range advantage over most units. He has long reach, so his range is extended by a further 20%. He has persistence. He has an innate 50% normal attack damage increase already. A 21% damage decrease taken. Half stamina decrease damage taken 50%. These do not stack in the sense of it's 71% all of a sudden. There is a cap on it. Then prevent last ditch survival. Ignore Brave Battle invincibility. He has invincibility, so he cannot even be nuked by new characters. He has Flurry plus 3. In other words, every single one of his normal attacks hit an extra 3 times. Disabler, Enhancer, Poise, and Booster. This guy is probably very busted. Luckily, I don't play this game that much anymore, so I don't need to pull out my hair playing against him. And he is also a Stone Ritter and a Soul Reaper killer. Also with almost 900 attack if you add in an extra 50 with his Transcendence. So this guy's busted. Now, I'm not going to say that every single unit is as strong as him, because they're not. That guy is way too damn strong. But he will absolutely butcher every single other one of these units. He's going to butcher Renji, like, heavily. Like, it's not even going to be funny how hard he's going to be able to butcher Renji. He's going to be able to butcher Kamamura because Sajin is a Soul Reaper. He's a Soul Reaper killer, even if the colors do not match. He's going to be able to butcher Meninas, once again, because he's a Stone Ritter killer as well. The only one that can actually counter him is Orihime, because she is on technique, he's on speed. so she gains a damage boost against them, and she's human, so there's no killer effect against her. However, you see, she only has flurry plus 2, he has flurry plus 3. But she has in the first 10 seconds flurry plus 3, so there's a lot of counter that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Asken is just way overpowered. She needs to be at half stamina to increase her normal attack damage to 50%. Asken just has it. From the get-go, that guy's so busted. And that is what I mean by the power creep in this game is getting insane. It makes units like Orihime, these guys they make it look like a joke. Completely. So that is how you can see if a character is good in Brave Battles or not. If you don't want to look for the characters yourself, just take a screenshot of, well, these 5. Okay? So literally the first 5. These guys cannot compete anymore against these guys. They are way too strong. It's only these 5. If you don't have them, you're gonna be in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a hell of a painful experience for you to do Brave Battles. But anyways, so characters out of the way, rant about them out of the way, let's get into how you build a Brave Battle team. So essentially the meta for Brave Battles is to be as tanky as possible while being able to deal as much damage as possible. It makes sense in your head. However, to set it up correctly is quite tricky. So for Brave Battles, you are going to want to go ahead, and if you have only a +1 unit, +1, well, I played different games recently, but anyway, so if you only have a unit that is 1 out of 5, you're going to be putting in defense on the first slot. Okay, HP does not really matter as much. Now, you can boost your team's power standing with HP, because HP scales very high and the number increases very quickly. However, a battle power number is irrelevant in this game, trust me. You can go ahead and build a team with 60,000 battle power, and I promise you, you're going to be losing against teams of 22,000. Okay, because they built their teams correctly. So if you have 1 out of 5, you're going to go for defense first. If you have 2 out of 5, you can go for attack and then defense. 3 out of 5, of course, attack, defense, stamina. 4 out of 5, I would say attack, defense, focus, stamina. 5 out of 5, you don't even need to put in SP with these characters. SP is completely redundant when it comes to Brave Battles. And I do mean completely, in its entirety. There is no use for spiritual pressure on these characters whatsoever. Okay, so then of course in his 6th slot you want either defense or attack. If you can't get attack and you roll focus and you're really not in the mood to roll further, focus can help you out as well, since it does increase your damage overall. But defense is pretty much the go-to when it comes to Brave Battles. So as you can see, I do have a pretty bulky build on him. There's not really much else that I can say in terms of that. It's just get your attack up, get your defense up, and I'll show you guys how. So when it comes to, let's go over links first. When it comes to your links, you want damage reduction links, damage taken reduction. Okay, and usually these units are NAD units as well, like every other Brave Battle unit. Every single Brave Battle unit in this game that is built for Brave Battles are NAD units. In other words, they just use their normal attack. Strong attacks are literally only there for like boosting, healing, barriers, etc., that type of thing. But they use it automatically, so you have no control over that. So, your links. Ideally, you want dual links. I think I have better links to showcase on my Orihime. Yes, I do. Okay. Ideally, you want dual links, like Kensei on green on Technique is a phenomenal link when it comes to PvP. The old Asken is also a very good link to have. These are all NAD units, so you can bulk them up pretty good to have, okay, well, I don't want to take them off, to have some good stat bonuses on your characters. Now, as you can see, my character gets a bonus of like 934 attack and 401 defense. Now, defense works in a weird way in this game. It's almost like a bracket system. So it doesn't really decrease damage until it hits a certain point, and then it doesn't again until it reaches a certain point. So about 3k damage, well, 3k defense is gonna be almost the territory where people are gonna be hitting you for 100 damage, that type of thing. Now, of course, it highly depends on your enemy's stats as well, but I've fought against teams with this team that is a 32k, almost 33k, we're not built for HP and built for attack and defense, where I've hit the enemies for 1 damage. 1, and then I have 46,000 HP. 1 damage, and then I have killer effect bonus and technique. Or technique against blue, or whatever the case may be. So it does sometimes baffle you. Believe me, you're going to be fighting fights and it's just like, how did I not even kill that guy? You're going to look at his stuff and be like, it's not much higher, it's not that high. But then, in reality, it is. Now, as you guys can see on my accessories on my Orahi main, unfortunately, I do not have exactly what I need. Okay? So, for the majority of the builds, there's sometimes when you can branch out a little bit if you want to try something else. However, I guarantee you, you're going to be coming back to the defense builds. It's just the best in the game. It has been for quite a while now. You're going to be wanting to run the electric guitar. Now this gives you stamina and defense. Okay. Then on your second trait on it, you want more defense. This is where the trend starts. Then you want a chappy. Why a chappy? Well, it increases all your stats, every single one of them, with 30%. However, it reduces your SP to 0. Hence my point why SP is completely redundant for Brave Battle characters. It completely shuts it down. So, what you want to do is, you want to put, ideally, if you have the golden chappy as well, you want to put more defense. But since I need the attack on her, because I don't have a golden chappy, I put attack on it. Okay. Then in this slot, ideally, like I said, you want a golden chappy. Now they are extremely rare. There's people that I know of that have been playing this game for 3-4 years and still are missing a golden chappy on a certain attribute, like speed, I think it was. So just beware that these are extremely rare. Golden chappies are extremely rare. You can stack them with normal chappies to give yourself a 66% all stat up. It is insanely strong. And as what I said, Brave Battles are really pay to win because you can just buy orbs and just spin indefinitely on the accessories and get your golden chappies. That is the reality of it. This game has changed. So remember that. Now the reason why, once again, I don't have these on defense, I just have one golden chappy. If I want to use this anywhere else outside of Brave Battles, I would then need to re-roll it back to attack. Hence why I have it on attack. If I had a second golden chappy, I would put it on defense, but this is just a personal preference. If you guys want to, of course, just change it to defense, change it to attack if you want to. It all depends on how well your team is doing. So this is the meta for Brave Battles. Golden chappy, chappy, guitar. If you don't have a golden chappy, hopefully you have a chappy. If you don't have a golden chappy, you can always go with a health accessory item. So for the Soul Reapers, that would be your Captain's Robes. If I do have them, I should have them. I have them 4-star, I think. They should be down here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So that would be your Captain's Robes. Get them to 5-star. Put defense on them. But if you don't have the Captain's Robes, or you don't want to use the Captain's Robes, so you can always use the 20% normal attack damage increase item. That can also work. However, it's not nearly this. I mean, 36% on all your stats compared to just 20% normal attack damage. You can see why a golden chappy is so strong. Okay, so that is going to be your meta accessories. There's nothing else to run, really. There is not. There's no alternatives. It's golden chappy, chappy, guitar. Okay, because you're going to be building for attack and defense. You can go for a different build, but you're going to be switching this build back on. I guarantee you that now. This build is pretty much the best that you can do. So there's not much more for me to explain in terms of Brave Battles. except for that. You can also move around your characters, as you can see. So let's say, for instance, there was a speed character on the enemy's first slot. Actually, this is a good example over here. So you can see this Toshiro is on speed. I want my Orihime to fight against him. So I put her in the first slot, the same slot he's in. When it comes to these two, I can see that Momo is on Mind and my Meninas is on Hearts. So I'm going to be actually keeping them in the slots. So then as the fight progresses, you can see my Orihime automatically has a damage advantage over Toshiro because of the fact that she is green, he is blue. So you can do that as well. You can also use it to single out certain targets. If one of your units is stronger than the other one, you can move it to a more difficult enemy, etc, etc. So just remember that you can move them around. Now, here is another thing that I forgot to mention to you guys, the strategy. Now, these are largely redundant because, as you can see already, if you put them on attack, they will use normal attacks, and your build is based on normal attacks. And it also increases your attack by 20%. This, it's pointless. 7% stamina does not counteract 20% more damage. It's silly. Then this, okay, cool, target enemies, you get a 30% focus boost. That's great. Only if your color matches the enemies. And not only that, why would I want to give or get a 30% focus boost when I can just get a 20% normal attack damage boost? Or not even normal attack, it's just your attack value goes up by 20%. So these, you can play around with them. Please be my guest. If you find one that works better than attack, go for it, use it. You're not going to be using it for long. You're going to be coming back to attack because otherwise your units are going to be standing there and they're going to be prioritizing their strong attacks, which you do not want them to prioritize. You want them to prioritize the normal standard attacks. That's all you want them to do. Now, let's go over this real quick. So if you go on a winning streak, you get more points. You can see at the bottom left. If you go on a losing streak, well, you get the idea. You only get points for winning, and that's the only way you can actually get promoted. You can also refresh the current list that you're on. If you refresh it, you will then, of course, get new opponents. Now that will work for the normal PvP as well against players. But just keep in mind that you can only refresh this list 5 times a day. It's a way to keep you locked in and force you to fight fights that you don't want to fight, so that you can buy orbs because you're getting fed up of losing the whole time. Now you guys might think I sound like a sore loser. No, it's more of just, it gets annoying when you pull, you've been saving up for the characters and you only get like one of them. You know, that type of thing. So you will see in the future, if you play this game long enough, that brave battles are not worth it past getting the 5 stars and 4 stars. But yeah, that is it for the brave battles. I cannot explain more to you guys. The first 3 weeks of your brave battles is going to be against bots. They're going to be extremely easy. It doesn't matter who you use. I can use a Soifon against them. Like, the Soifon is going to absolutely butcher them. I don't even think the Soifon has anything on her. And she's just going to completely melt them, pretty much. Like, there's no contest, you know, that type of thing. So, normal 6-star units are absolutely going to just fly through the first 3 weeks of your brave battles. But then, once you hit 7th seed, things are going to change, trust me. When you start to fight against players, some people even just stay in 7th seed because they can't be bothered going up higher, and then they have extremely strong units, like very strong units, like these strong units, and mine is not nearly as strong as what it should be, to be honest. I just stopped investing in them. Now, something else I'm going to cover in this, okay, is the rant. So if you guys were just here for the brave battles, that is it. I cannot cover more brave battles for you guys. That is exactly the system, what it is. I literally don't have anything else to add to it. If there's anything else that you guys want me to add to it or think I forgot to mention, please leave it in the comments. I would much like to hear your opinion of it, or if you think I actually missed something, I would like to know what I missed, because I'm pretty sure I covered everything. So just a quick rant about how this game's system is. So about 2 years ago, the game was in a good spot. You know, you were getting new units every single now and again, but your old units were still redundant? No, that's not the word that I wanted to use. Your old units were still usable. They were still strong. You could use them pretty much, and everything was added that is new. However, now you get things that are made for the new units. So point event was always like that. The new point event was added in when there was a new banner. Okay, and that's fine. You know, you don't need to use the new characters on a new point event. That's completely fine. Brave battles actually had some room for flexibility. You could get away about using an older character if it's strong enough, because there was no persistence. You know, there was no ranged units, that type of thing. So you could definitely get job done with a character that was like 2 years old. Now Orihime is only a year old and she's almost out of it, you know, because of Asken, of how strong he is. I mean, Sajin, that is not even a year old, is almost, I would almost say he is completely redundant because of Asken's Soul Reaper killer ability. And the fact he has Flurry +3 and he's ranged. You know, so the power creep in this game is ridiculous. Not only that, the amount of steps on banners nowadays is ridiculous. You can get banners that are up to 51 steps. I don't know about people who walk around just casually with that much soul orbs in their left pocket. And you know what, if the game's microtransactions weren't so damn expensive, then maybe I would understand it. But this game almost pushes you into a direction where it doesn't want you to buy its, well, currency, microtransaction currency, its premium currency, because it's so expensive, but then it puts in new banners every second week with massive amount of steps. And not only that, the units are almost a must-have every single time, because content gets added into the game. Let's take, for instance, the limit breaks. If you do not have the correct characters on limit breaks, you're not going to do them. There's no two ways about it. You're not going to be able to do a limit break if you don't have the new characters. And yeah, you can do one stage and say, oh, I did it. What I mean is rainbow completed. So you went above and beyond what was necessary of you. You know, you're not going to be doing that. You're not going to be getting the full rewards out of it. And yeah, there is some cases where if you have a max transcendence character like my Ichigo here, and he does have some modifiers going for him, that you can semi-use him. But even, let's say for instance, there was another raid character that was just added, he would be weaker than that character in that scenario. And I get it, it's to push the people to actually buy orbs and play more of the game and spend more, etc, etc, except it's counterproductive, because if you don't get the units and you spend all your orbs, you're not going to be doing the event, and then you're just going to log out anyways. Guild Quest is also a very big example of that. Guild Quests nowadays are so set up in a way that you need the new characters to be able to do damage. You know, yeah, the old characters can get the job done, but also only sometimes. There was a, what was it? I remember it specifically. A melee Espada Killer Guild Quest. There you go. Melee Espada Killer Guild Quest. That was added in shortly after Kenpachi. The 9th anniversary Kenpachi was added, and he could not do enough damage. Yes, I am saying mine is also a 1 out of 5, fair enough. But even on a 1 out of 5, you would expect Kenpachi with all the modifiers going for him, he would be able to do the guild quest. And I'm not a complete fool when it comes to these things. I know how to build my characters. I know how to set things up. I know how this game works. It's just this game changed so much in a year's time that it feels very lackluster sometimes to attempt and do the new things, because as you can see, I'm on 178 orbs. I spun on the banner I think 8 times, 7 times or something like that, and I only got Senjumaru. I got a hell of a lot of dupes. as you can see, a lot of dupes. Okay, these guys were just used as fodder. I got some dupes out of it. Cool. I only got one of the new units. That is the problem that I'm having with the game, is they do not reward you for playing enough. That's pretty much what I'm getting to. Your login days. I know people that's been logging in every single day for 2 years and they get like 30 orbs for hitting that goal. 30 orbs in this game is nothing. If you made your spins 25 orbs each time instead of 250, sure, 30 orbs is a lot, but not in the current way the game is set up. So that is the little rant I wanted to go on. It made me feel better, and hopefully it gives you guys more insight on how the game is right now. If you guys do still feel like you want to play the game and you want to get further into the game, please remember that every single time you log into the game, you do have an option. Let me show you guys. It is at the bottom right. So let's say you really messed up your account, or you just want some orbs again but start brand new. Now, disclaimer, this is if you want to start over completely fresh. You're gonna lose everything on your Bleach Brave Souls account. I am serious when I say this. Only do this if you guys want to start over completely fresh. You have the knowledge now and you're gonna manage your soul orbs differently, or if you just want to spin on a new banner, or whatever the case may be. You will lose everything if you do this. You go to the menu and you go to erase play data. You click this and you click on erase. It's gonna delete all your data, all of it, all of your play data. In other words, let's say you played 1,000 hours, you're gonna lose it all. But you will start out fresh. You will have everything available to you again to farm. You will have all the orbs available to you to get again from every single character in the game. So that is an alternative if you guys do want to start the game over, if you have a banner that you really want to spin on, or whatever the case may be. Just remember, it deletes everything. I said it like 4 times now. I'm going to say it again. If you click that button and you say erase data, there's no going back. You cannot ask them to restore your data. You cannot recover it. It is gone forever. I've done it a few times. That's how I got my account to where it is now, because I was learning, made a bunch of mistakes. I completely threw away orbs on banners that I didn't even know what I was spinning on, that type of thing. And throughout all the spins and stuff like that, I ended up with this account, which I'm very happy with. It's just the game feels kind of stale sometimes, but if you're a new player, I really hope that you enjoy the game. There's going to be a few more of these videos coming out, guide videos, and I think it's going to be for another 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, roundabout. There's only so much that I can cover for beginners. So, yeah. But, I mean, it's going to be covering pretty much everything in the game. And then there's going to be Monster Hunter Wilds for me. Because I need a new game to play. But, yeah. So, the next video would probably be Co-op Quests. I think that's a good place to go. And then from Co-op Quest, I'll go to Epic Raids. I'll cover that as well. And maybe Senkaimon. Actually, next week I'll do the Senkaimon if it's still in. Hopefully it's still in. Just check the time on it. 8 days remaining. Yeah, I'll need to record it the night before then. But yeah, so Senkaimon, I'll go through it and show you guys exactly what to do there. Chronicle Quest is something that I'll cover as well. And yeah, but anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Sorry for my little rant. It felt good, really it did. And I hope that you guys found this video useful. The Brave Battles is completely covered. That is all there is to Brave Battles. It's a very simplistic system. It's just a little bit cash grabby and a little bit pay to winny in my opinion. But, you know, that's the nature of gacha games, I guess. It's just, I've been around too long to not be mad about it, I guess. I felt the changes. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I really wish you the best of luck. And I will see you all again in the next video. Enjoy your weekend and peace out.